morning. I have some exciting news. Michael's has all of their ornaments 70% off right now, which is just so exciting. So not only did I get 70% off all these ornaments, which there are 20 boxes, and then I've got that one. Don't tell my spouse. Anyway, not only are they 70% off, but I also had a coupon that gave me an additional 25% off my entire purchase, which included sale items. So this was a scream of a deal. I am going to do a garland swag above my my island. I am going to be having a soiree, and I wanted something really opulent hanging in the kitchen to decorate over the food without getting in the way of the food. And so these are the ornaments that I chose because I'm really hoping to do a winter wonderland kind of aesthetic. So I've got these real pearlized, got some silver, I've got some, those are kind of a really soft luster. I've got these that look like snowballs. I got some clear, which seems kind of counterintuitive, but I like the glisten you get off of them. Here are some frosty snowballs. And then basically I got the smaller version of everything, and then some real baby versions. And then I had these already. I may use those. And you remember these Jim Dandies that I got from the Dollar Tree? I am thinking that I may insert those in this garland as well, this hanging garland, but that's yet to be decided. My big thing, and I know you've all seen garland tutorials before, but I also got these beautiful lights at 40% off, which is a good deal at Michael's. And let me hit the on button. And what I like so much about these is that I like, obviously they're spheres, much like all my ornaments, and I like the size of them. I'm actually going to twine these lights throughout the garland, so I will have an illuminated garland, and they're battery operated. So I'm super jazzed about that. I will use fishing wire as well as probably some hot glue to keep things in place. I will keep these as is for years to come, but that is why I got such an assortment of sizes, and I bought what I could. So needless to say, 70% off. I wasn't the only customer in there that was savvy to that sale, and I got in late in the day. But this is what I got, so this is what I'm going with, and I will keep you chugging along with me. I wanted to show you what I have going here thus far. So what I did was I ended up switching to this heavy gauge wire because I was using fishing line, and it scared the heck out of me because beggars can't be choosers. As I told you, I grabbed what I could from Michael's, and a lot of these are glass, and so you got to take your time, and I like the glass because I think there's a better shine. But anyway, I put on this heavy gauge wire. I left about 10 inches at the bottom in order to attach it to whatever I'm going to attach it to, and then I have to, obviously, I've got all this wire. It made it a lot easier to start stacking them though, and you can see you can fill in all the voids as you go along. So just wanted to give you a little stopping point. And then I still obviously have all of these, but you know, a lot of ornaments doesn't go very far, does it? Okay, so I wanted to show you that I've attached the garlands. As you can see, the weight of them was excessive, and so I had to break them up. I ended up going back and getting that really heavy wire, and so now I've got this heavy wire, and I'm glad that I did that when I did instead of waiting any longer. And then because it was so heavy, I did these teardrop portion separately. And so it looks really bad up there right now, but we're going to take care of that. I just wanted to show you, as you look at this, what I had to do, and I don't know if other people have suggested this on theirs or if they've all used plastic, which if you can get plastic, great. Again, I used what I got for a great price. But anyway, I put like kinks in the wire so that all the weight wasn't down at the bottom. I did have 1 or 2 break on me. I think that we're done with that happening. But just to let you know, you might need to put some kinks in the wire, and then it kind of separates them, and it actually almost makes it look like the bowls are floating a little bit more. The other thing that I did is I had purchased, I showed you these cool lights, and they are battery operated. I've got these that are lit up, and I'm going to string it now from this side going up, but I think this will really help with the reflective quality. And then I do think I'm going to go ahead and add the snowflakes that I had talked to you about, these, because of the fact that I think it'll help hide some of the gapping and things like that. If not, I may hang ornaments, but not from those same wires. I don't want the weight to get any more excessive. Here is the final results with the garland, and I've got some lights shining on it so that you can see what it will look like the night of. I really want you to be able to see how beautifully this sparkles, and just the different materials in which those ornaments were made, from the muted whites to the luster globes, and then you've got your variety of sizes and the sparkles, and there's one up there that looks like mercury glass, and it really did turn out so pretty. In the evening, when all those glistening lights, all the candlelight is showing, it's going to be absolutely stunning. This is just, again, framing my dining space down below, or where I'll put the food, just right there. On my kitchen table is where I'm going to put the dessert table, and then I'm going to do a midnight buffet this year after dessert, because we're starting the party a little bit later. But you can see by the time of day, it's it's just about 4 o'clock, so we're starting to get a little bit dark, but we're still light enough that you're not getting quite the full effect. But again, I wanted to make sure you remember to use heavy gauge wire. I was able to hang this because of the way that my light fixture in the kitchen is. It's still that old box lighting, and so I don't have canned lighting, and so I like to be able to decorate over the island, and I can do so because I have this structure above, which enables me the opportunity to do that. Also, I was able to hide. Those are actually right here as I pull in. Those are battery operated lights. And so that was another real bonus on this, because I could hide them up above and you don't see any cords. And then finally, with that heavy gauge wire, please make sure that you bend it and kink it a little bit so that all the weight does not end up on these bottom orbs, because you do not want to have them breaking on you. And I did have 2 break as I was attempting to put this up, and that's not completely surprising. Again, everything's trial and error, so take my errors and apply them when you go to do this. But honestly, 70% off at Michael's, plus your additional 25% off coupon on your entire purchase, which included sale items. So I honestly did this entire creation for maybe $30, I'm gonna say. I had the heavy wires, and that's including those lights as well. So I would love to hear if any of you attempts to do this at home and you like it enough to give it a whirl at home. And of course, I have that bright light going, but as you walk into the kitchen, this is what you're seeing. And of course, I'll have food and candles, and all the lights of all my trees will be on, and there'll be an entirely different ambiance. But here is the finished product. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching Designs by Michelle. I so appreciate you stopping in, watching, and commenting. I love all the comments. Thank you so much. Have a very Merry Christmas.